Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at Game From Scratch, and today we are talking about BuildBox. Specifically, we are talking about the fact that BuildBox was just acquired by AppOnboard. And we'll go through a bit of what each one of those is, but both of these companies are leading the no-code movement. That is, the ability to develop games and applications without the requirement to build code or write any code. I covered BuildBox a little while back when they just released BuildBox 3 and their new pricing structure, and this is going to have a tangible impact on BuildBox going forward. So first we're going to go through the BuildBox blog post on this about the acquisition, then we'll go through the AppOnboard version, and then we'll do a quick overview of each company and why they are relevant. So here we go. So back when we started BuildBox in 2014, we had a very simple vision to empower anyone to create video games. Our goal then, as it is today, was to push forward the maker generation to help people create works of art that were previously impossible without being a programmer. We see #NoCode as the future of development and passionately have worked on this vision for the last 5 years. Rarely, if ever, have we come across another company who has followed a similar vision with much less the exact same vision we had from the start. This changed in early 2019 when I first met Jan Zweig. Sorry, Zweig, if that's not your name, CEO of AppOnboard. John and I started talking, and we're both completely shocked to find that we were not only on the same page, but fully charged forward on the exact same mission. AppOnboard has focused on creating app creation software that was completely different, yet instantly complementary to BuildBox. They built an incredible company with over 100 employees across the globe, raised $30 million in funding, and we have discussed in detail the amazing way we can help support and grow BuildBox well past what we've accomplished as a small bootstrap startup. So the future of no-code. I'm extremely excited to announce the next chapter for BuildBox to explain how we are going to vastly expand our product ability and community going forward. But before I do that, I believe it's most important to discuss what is not changing. With this acquisition, every single employee is staying with BuildBox, including myself and Nick. BuildBox will run independently as it always has, while being able to grow much more quickly and tap into the greater resources that AppOnboard provides. Nick and I will stay focused 100% on vision and additions to complete our line of products. We will not be making any changes in product beside improvements and additions we have already planned. What we have access to, what we did not before, is resources to help us hire more developers, content creators, and more for BuildBox. You will see our development times vastly improve and content creation for BuildBox speed up drastically. AppOnboard is amazingly dedicated to not changing our vision, but helping us see it through to its largest potential. And what comes next? The first noticeable change you will see is a free version of BuildBox. This will come soon, and it's the first time we have been able to viably do this as a company. Our goal is to have people learn on the free version and vastly expand the community. With AppOnboard's help, you will find much better Android ad network and export support. You will also see many nodes and smart assets being created for BuildBox, a new asset store, and more coming this year. This is just the beginning. We are roadmapping expansions with the Master Collection software, putting a core focus on making BuildBox 3.0 easier to use, and much more. Thanks so much for the community that helped us turn BuildBox into the leading no-code game development platform. We're excited for the future and can promise you this is only the beginning. All right, so that is from Trey Smith, the founder of BuildBox.com. Now, if you head on to AppOnboard, Jonathan Zweig has the following, actually. This is pretty much the same comment for the most part, but they have their take on it that shows that their visions are pretty much aligned. Then we'll kind of get into as Trey and I continue to dig deeper over the following months following that video call, we recognize that not only are the dreams of AppOnboard and BuildBox aligned, but the technology and design approach of both AppOnboard software and the BuildBox software are like sold. We saw that BuildBox software was powerful enough to create some of the most successful apps, touting global successes like Color Switch, among others, that claim the top of App Store charts around the world and gain critical acclaim for their quality and design, but at the same time required no code to create these apps. I, along with billions of users, have blown away by the apps created by using BuildBox without writing any code. App creators are launching games that are better than many of the products I have seen, where writing code is surely required, and lots of it. I have been greatly impressed again and again by high-end 3D RPGs with quality that rivals Zelda and retro fighter jet arcades, that remind me of Nintendo's Star Fox, all created without writing a single line of code. Night Fighter, created using BuildBox 3, is one of those games that has truly amazed me. With stunning graphics and gameplay, you would never guess that Ben Scriven created this game with a background in film and technology and television, not in engineering. In his word, BuildBox offered me a gateway into a world that previously seemed inaccessible. Suddenly, with minimal coding knowledge but huge ideas, I had all the tools I needed to make my games a reality. By joining force with Trey, Nick, and the rest of the BuildBox team, we are developing digital paper, a blank canvas with tools for the maker generation, those who grew up on Minecraft and Roblox. Our platform is a place where artists, makers, and creators can transform what was once an idea in their head into an app, a game, or any other interactive experience that can be enjoyed in the real world. Most physical items today are made from a combination of raw materials that have existed for a very long time, and we believe that code is destined for the same fate. We believe that most software will be built by raw materials of code that have been crystallized over the last 50 years, and this will be the catalyst for a wave of new innovation that will enable anyone in the world to create. We couldn't be more excited to announce the joining of AppOnboard and BuildBox. Together, we are leading this journey, unlocking the immense potential innate in all humans, allowing anyone to create experiences that will usher in untold efficiencies and joy. All right, so that is both perspectives. They're basically saying that their companies are aligned in vision, aligned in technology, and aligned in the future. Now, to go back to each particular company, AppOnboard, I'd never actually heard of. They're a no-code design and development software enabling creators and marketers to bring their ideas to life and create playable ads, prototypes, and other interactive experiences. You do this using their Studio product. So you can import your artwork, design and build, and publish anywhere. Now, what you probably know them from is actually this functionality. AppOnboard and Google they bring you that try now functionality. You know, like when you're in the App Store and there's that downloadable demo you can try without really like a very minimal code download, so you can try it instantly before purchasing a game. Apparently, AppOnboard is the technology behind that functionality. Now, BuildBox itself, it's as they mentioned earlier on quite a bit, it is their no-code game engine. Now, one of the big problems with BuildBox in the past used to be their outrageous price. We're talking in the thousands. And then recently they dropped it quite a bit, and it's really encouraging to hear that there is a free version coming in the future. That is definitely a good development and will open this up to more and more people. Now, I don't think the world of game development is ever going to seriously be codeless, and they're actually already kind of getting to the point where BuildBox is adding the ability for people to write their own code behind the scenes. So you will ultimately always need a programmer at some point in the development life cycle. In this case, you're basically just outsourcing the programming task to the game engine, and a game engine can't do what you want it to do. Well, you're kind of host. So if you're a programmer, don't be threatened by this development, but it does make games more accessible and approachable to the non-development community for sure. If you're already using something like Unity or Godot or even GameMaker, is there any real upside to something like this for you? Hard to say. If you've already gone through the learning curve, probably not a whole lot. But if you're looking at just starting to program, or like they mentioned earlier on, if you're coming from a background like Minecraft, but you're getting interested and want to start developing your own games, BuildBox could be a good stepping stone, especially if they do come out with that free version that they are talking about right there. And that is essentially it. That is the announcement that AppOnboard is acquiring BuildBox. No details, no financials, nothing about that. It looks more like almost like a merger to me. Like even at $30 or $35 million valuation, that's not a huge amount of money to start buying other companies for the most part. Now, they did also email all of their users. So thanks to a reader who actually highlighted this to me in the first place, forwarded along the email that BuildBox has sent out to all the developers. And what they're saying is a lot of changes are underfoot and all of them positive. Every employee from BuildBox that you know and love are still here and definitely be here for a long time. We're the same BuildBox team that you know and love. It's just that we have more resources now to hire more developers, content creators, etc. So what's next for us? A free version of BuildBox, as I mentioned earlier on, much better Android ad network and export support, a new node and smart assets, a new smart asset store, road mapping expansions for the master collection software, lots and lots of BuildBox 3 upgrades, and so much more. So that is the announcement that every BuildBox developer was sent. And that's kind of the end of the story for today. I find this one interesting. Again, a lot of the things that really turned me off with BuildBox are the marketing style. Is this a scam kind of approach? And I get that as the question in all kinds of BuildBox content. Is this legit or is it a gimmick? And there is something to the way that it is advertised. So I can understand why people get that impression. But mostly it's the lack of a demo or people easily being able to try this out that makes it seem so sketchy to people. So if they actually do come out with a full functioning free version, build an ecosystem and app store around this and grow it out from there, this could turn into something pretty big. It has a lot more potential. potential, and I think their business decisions and that questionability have really hamstrung them. So I think that this one is definitely one to keep an eye on. Once that free version is out there, I will be sure to focus on it. Now, I know a lot of people have tried BuildBox in the past, and there's a lot of the similar comments. You can get to a certain point, and then you're screwed. And then I've seen some issues about performance, etc. But I'd love to hear what your feedback is. Have you tried out BuildBox, and what was your experience with it? Or from the other side of the coin, have you used AppOnboard, any of their products, and what was your experience there? And what do you think of this acquisition? Does it make you more likely to give BuildBox a shot? Or if you're using a BuildBox already, do you have any apprehensions, or are you delighted at this announcement? Love to hear all of those things in the comments down below, and I will talk to you all later. Okay, goodbye.